Hello, everyone. We're back. We're back in the pond.
Ponderers.
Hi, Ponderers. We made a big
Hi,
splash.
Potters.
Noreen's with us, Noreen Cox, and we're excited, Noreen, because you made the beautiful recipe for us this week, and we'll talk more about that.
Okay,
But
it was
before
so
we get
fun.
started, I know we're here to recap episode 5, right, Kathy?
That's the one.
Yes. So,
Action
Noreen,
packed.
yes, yes, it was. So, Noreen is was my guest once before. And she is very talented. And I'm so excited because whoever wins tonight's close up challenge is going to win one of your cookbooks.
Oh, awesome. I'm so
Yes.
excited.
That's what the gift is this week. So, and now you're also a super fan, which I love. So, before we get started, let's talk a little bit about the cupcake that you made for us.
It was so much fun. I made a honey-based cupcake, of course, because, Dell.
Hmm.
But yeah, and I had to decorate it like the pond. So here it is.
I love it. It's so cute.
It's got a little lily pad, and I don't know if you can see that, but
Yes.
I made the bracelet to go on the lily pad. And I just made some reeds. The reeds are actually these little cattails. They're actually made out of uh, angel hair pasta that's not cooked, and and tootsie rolls. So, and then everything else is decorated with fondant. But I have like a step by step on how to do this, and it
Is
was
that
so
the,
much fun to make.
is that
What's
the bracelet that Alice lost?
yes.
And oh my gosh,
Yes.
the attention to detail.
Yes.
So
Now,
before you leave us, I'm going to ask you about your background. One of the things we ask our guests, who sometimes are the either creatives or the artists, how they got started. And what you do, and I've seen others do it, is such a gift to be able to be
Oh,
so
thanks.
creative and talented. So I'd love to hear, when did you know you had this talent? And it seems like you have a passion for it, and how you tapped into it and how you got to where you are doing these things.
I didn't ever bake, or I wasn't really a great cook until my sons went to school, and I was like their room mom when they were little. And I loved throwing the parties. I would do it on a budget because it all came out of my pocket.
sure.
Um, the thing is with our school district is you can't bring homemade stuff because of allergies and whatnot. So we would decorate cupcakes in the classroom, and I had to make it really easy for kids to do. And so that's how I got started. But then they grew up, and I really missed it. So I made the website, and it just kind of took off. I think I made a little. It was a little marshmallow mug, and it looked like a hot cocoa thing. And Martha Stewart saw it, and so she put it on her show. And then I started getting asked to do local TV here in Seattle, and it just took off, and it's been really fun. I've been at it since 2011. So
Wow.
And that cupcake you just showed us, what was that on there? Cattail? What is that called?
yeah, these little cattails, these.
Okay, I was thinking cat of nine tails, but we haven't got to that part of the story yet. But so, so you thought, I need a cattail. I'll use angel hair pasta and a tootsie roll. I mean, did that just come to you?
It does.
I'm in awe of that ability.
I have this Willy Wonka way of looking at things. So when I
Mhm.
go into a store, or if I see something, I'll say, "Oh, I can make that out of candy. Oh, that could be, I don't know. My brain just is really strange."
Amazing.
I love it. Before I show some of your stuff, I want to tell you, you got some fans over here. Jan is
Oh,
saying, I remember Noreen's previous visit. It was delightful.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Laura's saying, welcome, Noreen, and she likes it. She thought it was cute. And of course, it's been all over our page. I've shared it all over the place. And then I had Angela up and then I took it down. But she's funny. She said she needs a dessert cookbook because in her mother's recipe, it says enough flour to make a soft dough. And then that's it.
Yeah.
We have someone who's asking about the website name. So before you leave, we have to absolutely share that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
party pinching. So it's budget-friendly party ideas, and I've got desserts, and I actually have savory dishes on there too. So.
Yes. I told you that the other day, Kathy. Yeah. And it is linked on our webpage. So if somebody wants it, and I've been telling our friends because we have 17,000 people on the page, but it's extremely active. So between posting and comments and then likes and stuff, we've got 20 at least, because I look at the analytics, 20,000 things going on just in one day. So
Wow,
an
that's
easy
awesome.
thing to do is to go up into the search and type in Noreen's name, and then the post will pop up with the link. But we can also find you on Instagram, can't we?
Yes, I'm on Instagram. I've got a bigger following on Facebook. I post there more, but I do post on Instagram every day too.
Are you, do you just do pastries? Do you do any other kinds of foods?
No, I do savory dishes. I do easy meals for families, side dishes, appetizers. Okay. Yeah.
Those are the cookbooks I'm going to be looking for. I love new recipes.
All right.
Yeah,
now,
they're all on my website and really easy to find. So.
Okay, I'm going to add, when I add this, we're all going to get smaller over to the corner, but I just wanted to just show in case no one's is missed it, or in case someone missed it rather. I just grabbed a couple of the things that are pretty recent, and your partypinching.com logo is on there, which is good. So we've got, those are chocolate covered strawberries, aren't they?
Yes.
Were those for Super Bowl Sunday?
Yep, I made those for Super Bowl.
And then next to it are the Oreo cookie, but looks like that's gorgeous, by the way. All that work that you did. That's gorgeous. They're the chocolate covered Oreo cookies, correct?
Yes. And I've made them into little unicorns for St. Patrick's Day. Some of them have shamrocks, some of them are like rainbow colors. So.
Yes, they're adorable. And then over here, this is the cookbook that is on Amazon, but this is just one of your many talents that you have. So this one shows all the sweet stuff there. If you are a When Calls the Heart fan, that's how I found Noreen. I have your cookbook and it's still available. They can get that. And that has like lots of recipes that we've even tried some at some of our groups and gatherings. I think someone recently did it was like a rose or something. It was like apple.
Oh, yeah, the apple dumpling rose.
Yes, yes. And you have, is there one? Name me another, give me a title of another one of your cookbooks.
Oh, Sweet Treats for the Holidays.
That's that one.
Yeah, covers the holidays. And then.
Oh, holidays. Yes. I'm sorry.
So that covers like Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And then this Party with Sweet Treats that has Easter, Valentine's Day, birthdays, fiesta, little party themes like that. And then the When Calls the Heart dessert cookbook. It's specifically just desserts. Okay. And so, yeah,
that's really good thing. All right. So this one here is what you designed for us. It's just up close.
Yes.
And didn't you tell me that your son said that the cupcake was like one of the best he's ever had?
Yeah, he absolutely loved it. He goes, you can taste the honey. I put a little bit of almond extract in it, just a tiny touch, because it can overwhelm a cake, but it was just a hint. And then the buttercream is honey, and I used a local orange blossom honey, and it was really good. So I hope you guys make it. I hope you enjoy it. And we sure did. They didn't last long.
I'm showing us this way because we see your beautiful kitchen and we see all your beautiful cupcakes on the pedestal over there.
Oh, yeah. Right over here. Actually, I'll just bring this over.
Love it. Look at that.
Oh,
And
man.
Angela says it's strawberry picking season here in Florida, so that's just perfect right now. She's going to make your chocolate covered footballs with the
Oh,
strawberry.
awesome. They're really easy. You'll love them.
Looks cute. And so now I want to talk about you as the fan. Okay. Tell us what you're thinking about this show.
I love it. And I'm so glad you reached out because I binge watched this, and I'm just so in love with the show. Great writing. I love where it's going. I just the characters are unmatched,
I
really.
know, it's true. Who's your
Yeah.
favorite? Do you have a favorite?
I don't know.
Change from episode to episode.
I love Alice, but I don't know. I love Elliot. I go for the underdog always.
Young Elliot is my favorite. We have
Young Elliot and older Elliot
Yes.
too. I love them both. So when I say Elliot, I mean both of them.
Both. Okay. Sorry, I was cutting you off. We had David on last week, and I was like, "You're my favorite. You're my favorite character." I don't know. I love Elliot, but I love young Elliot. There's just something about you're rooting for him too, even though you kind of know where he is now. It's so it's funny. Yeah.
We have two camps on the Facebook page, and there's the one camp that looks at every single frame of the show, looking for clues and trying to analyze what it means and what's going to happen and what does this mean. And I was that way at first, and then my brain kind of went, and I just couldn't anymore. It was just, I was on this endless loop. And so now I try to just watch it for what it is and, just let it unfold. Doesn't mean I don't still have my predictions and speculation, but which camp do you fall into? Do you find yourself analyzing it, watching it over and over, and putting on the closed captions so you don't miss any nuance?
Not yet, because I just caught up. So I will go back and do that because that's just who I am. But yeah, I like to go and analyze it. But I am enjoying it this first run. But I will go back and
just
rewatch.
Sitting back and enjoying. That's what happens. I'll watch it just for the pure joy. Just like when I read something and then I go back several times to analyze and catch things. I'm in the same camp there. What do you predict is going to go on with Jacob? Like, what do you think?
Oh, I don't know. What I found funny is he didn't recognize Kat. So I was kind of heartbroken by that. It's like,
I don't think she would have recognized him if someone hadn't pointed out.
Yeah,
exactly. Because they've never seen each other as adults.
Exactly, that's true.
And she had that drawing done. Remember, her friend could do the the age progression, so she kind of saw him. But I'm not surprised. Like a lot went down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And it kind of messes with your mind. You look up and maybe it's like, that looks like my sister, but how could she be here? That's why I give them grace when they say, why didn't Alice why didn't Kat recognize that? It's just, some of it you just have to.
Yeah, I understood it. I just wanted him to go, oh my gosh, have that recognition in his eyes. Like, I think that's my sister, or I don't know. That was just me, but I don't know what's going to happen to Jacob. I mean, I hope that he gets released and somehow reunited with Kat, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Well, they've got another 5 episodes to get through, and I've started thinking. I haven't even shared this with you, Roxanne, but I've been thinking, Kat is so single-minded. Of I promise I'm gonna find Jacob and I'm gonna bring him home. And it's like Jacob is a grown man where he is. He's got a life. He's got a fiance. He's got,
Exactly.
cause he belongs, a cause that he believes in. So maybe he doesn't want to,
Yeah.
go
I
back and
wouldn't think you
Yes.
would want to. Yeah. I wouldn't think you would want to at all.
Yeah. Laura's saying, I watch it by myself Sunday night and then get together Monday afternoon with a coworker, seeing it for the first time and watch it for the second time together. So like with some new eyes there.
the best
And
of both worlds.
let's see. Oh, I don't know why I'm frozen here. I wanted to say right here. Tony says, can you imagine how many times our members have rewatched episodes? It would be mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I know. If that only helped the ratings, that has nothing to do with the ratings. But could you imagine? Because we
Oh,
want
yeah.
to see things and we're picking it over. Could you imagine if that was we'd be like crazy, like
I know, it'd be
I
over the
agree.
top.
I
yeah,
agree.
it would be. Do you have a wish? Do you have a wish for how you think this season should go, other than we get a season 3?
Oh, well, I hope there's a season 3. I mean, my gosh,
Sure.
Kat
Sure
and
will
Elliot
be.
need to get together, don't they? But
Yes.
that would be my wish. Maybe not too quickly, though. I kind of like them bantering back and forth and figuring it out and not rushing into it. But I do think it's sweet that Alice tried to set them up and, have them decorate the gazebo together. I thought that was cute.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love that she is his friend too. So
I think they're besties and they love each other and they
They
have since
do.
childhood. It's just they've never been at the same place at the same time emotionally.
right,
Yeah.
So I think we
It's a
can still look
journey.
forward to that.
They have to find their way home.
Mhm.
that's right.
And I think we can count on it since Brian Bird doesn't have anything to do with this one.
Yeah. My sister and I spent, this is LJC3TO 20. I got a little bit of Star Wars mixed in there, like CP3.
Okay.
My sister and I just spent 2 hours talking about our theories. We don't live near each other, so this is great fun for us. That's nice. That's nice bringing like people
That
together.
that really is. Yeah.
All right, Miss Noreen Cox, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you so much. This is so much
Yes,
fun, and thanks for having me. I had a
sure.
great time.
The recipe is adorable. I did not make it yet, but I plan on it because we're big honey fans here. Look, I
Okay.
have I always bring this out because of Dell
Oh,
and her bee, and it has like a beehive on the inside. But
very cute.
we'll be definitely making it. And you used local orange blossom. Is that what you said,
Yeah,
honey?
just use the local honey.
Yes.
It's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And we have to make sure we go to find you on Instagram. Our friends that are here on Instagram, it's Party Pinching, right? And then
Yes.
it says your name. It has your cute little photo. And you have something every single day, don't you?
Yes, I try to post every day.
Yeah.
Facebook, I post multiple times a day, but I do on Instagram once a day at least.
Okay. Oh, Facebook too. That's right. I'll have to put that link in there. Everyone's telling you thank you, thank you. I'll check out your
Thank you,
website.
everyone. I'm
Yeah.
so excited to be a part of this. You can't even imagine. So
Good. We're
thanks.
glad you're here with us.
Come back and come back
Yes.
and check out the podcast now and again.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will. I will definitely.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye. All right, friends. Okay. I'm glad we got to hear what I like other people's perspectives, like, and besides just comments, we get to actually talk with them.
Yep.
Her stuff is so adorable. All right, friends. Yes, we got our thank you for sharing. I don't know if any of you saw, we always do a recipe every Saturday. I put one up, and this time Noreen did it for us. And not only are they adorable, but they look delicious as well. All right, Miss Kathy. So I wanted to dive right in. This is hilarious, and I see everything. And sometimes when I say stuff, wait a minute, I have to find this one comment. There's this man on here, Earl. Hey, Earl. Voorhees, I love that. We have a Voorhees not far from where I live in Hamilton. Will these ladies be talking about the show at some point? Earl, Earl, you're too funny, Earl. Of course we are. The whole thing's about this show from all different perspectives. We got all different kinds of people, and he was not happy. Sorry, I had to show it. Oh, that was funny to me.
I've got some Earls in my life.
Earl, we love you. Thank you for being here. Earl, that was funny. Laura saying, Earl, that was funny. All right. So go make a cupcake, Earl, and tell us what you think of it. It's a good recipe. All right, here we go. We have, and I'm shouting and I'm sorry. It's just I've had a day. I've had some days, and I don't mean to shout. I'm still in my like crazy teacher voice. It was a shouting kind of a day. We were all hyper. I wanted to pick out like these ones of things, like little ones of things here and there. And of course, Kathy, jump in. So this is Noah LeBlanc, right? And I like Noah. I find him interesting. You, Kathy?
I don't have any reason not to like him, but I don't feel like I know the character quite well enough yet.
I love what you said though about, I said, I like that there's this relationship that, that he's flirting with. I like when she came up to him and she goes, your table or your seat's been missing you, she couldn't wait. She goes, I got this. She couldn't wait to give him his coffee. And that's what Monica said, coffee, right? Because he just drinks coffee and sits there all day, apparently.
Flirting with everybody.
But what did you say? What? Go ahead. Tell me what you said.
Flirty with everybody, but you told me that's the way teenage girls are. But it's like she's flirty with Nick, and she's flirty with Spencer, and she's flirty with this guy, and she was even a little bit flirty with adult Nick. So I'm like, okay.
Remember that?
Yes. She. I mean, she was respectful, but yeah, she was kind of enamored.
I think she was in love with her first time love with Nick.
Yeah.
And I don't know that, in my opinion, I didn't think she was that flirty with Spencer, but you did. I thought he was flirty with her.
The fact that she accepted the dinner. I mean,
you can't get over that. That makes you so mad.
I think that woman sitting behind that magazine behind Noah, that may be what's her Daisy's mom plotting some revenge against Alice. I don't know.
Chloe, right?
Chloe, yeah.
What's this? Yes, I know. Somewhat Christina likes the Noah and Alice relationship, and this one is Noah did not like mustard on the fries. That's true because his grandfather's really famous. Remember, what is it? Wally, is that his name? He's for 40 years been making. Well, they called them fries, which I thought was funny because in Canada
don't they call them chips? I'm sorry, we're finishing each other's sentences at this point.
I don't know. And Heidi, you were correct, but this one is from her time. Hopefully, I know, right?
Yeah, that just means things are going too smoothly. I don't know. I'm going to reserve judgment till that other shoe drops.
Yes. Well, okay. And Christina likes Noah. I do too. But don't forget Spencer's of her time too. So I don't know. I just really I like their chemistry. He's a doll. I did reach out to him. I would love to get to know him more on the show, and maybe he will be a guest. We'll see. That will be fun. Heidi's saying, and the name of the truck is Fish and Chips. I know, but they were saying fries.
Yeah,
and that kind of threw me a little bit. So I don't know. Well, no biggie. It was just something I noticed, and I'm finding him interesting. I like their dynamic. That's just me. What in the world did I just do? Sorry, people. So the next thing I wanted to show you is this. So this is a real band, peeps. I don't know if you know this. Maybe if you've been here since last year, you would know that JJ and the Pillars is a real band. They are from Canada, and he was our guest last year. So what happened was last year in Canada, they were a week behind us. So we had 2 last episodes. We had one for those in the US that saw it when we did in the US. And then we had a recap for the Canadian friends. And we had JJ, is that his first name? We had him on, and he talked about how he even got to be a part of the show because he had written this song about finding the way home years ago, and not for the show. And I don't want to give everything away, but the people who created the show heard him play, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, could you come on?" And he was at the Roxy, I think, playing. So if I'm going to post this at midnight, I think, or is it sometime to in early Wednesday morning, our podcast with him last year will be on. Yes, Catherine says she remembers. Yeah. 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 All right. And then and that was cool. He was on here, and then he actually performed with Rita. And then
Gosh, is that Grandpa Hunky?
one of your dreams came true, Kathy.
I know.
I know.
I'm still basking in the afterglow.
Oh, I love it. So I put this up, and anybody can talk about Dell. I would like to hear your thoughts about this. Yes, hold on. Before we go any further, Laura, yes, he is the same guy who sang at the closing of the Roxy. Yes. And if you watch our podcast with him on it, he'll talk about his story of how he actually got to be part of the show. And I will be posting it. We get the episode Tuesdays noon in Australia. That is why we hold off on posting certain things on the page, but we'll get to that. Oh, he still gives me Patrick Duffy vibes. Heidi, yes. That's so funny. A young Patrick Duffy.
Oh, Colton?
Yes. Or Jefferson. Yes. My mother loved when he was Aquaman. My mother would be like, "Oh, I love Aquaman." She loved herself some Patrick Duffy. That's funny. Okay. Yes, we get you. Heidi, yes, he does. The reason why I put this up is because I find Dell, this is me, to be such a cold character. I don't know why. And I can't bond with her and like her. I don't hate her, but I just don't like her. But what I find to be again and again and again is I don't know that she likes herself, because often she's always like, "I'm an imposter. I'm not really a Landry. I don't know why they would ask me on Founders Day." And the girls say to her, "Oh no, you are definitely a Landry." This keeps coming up and up and up and up. And we do know she's from the Carolinas, but we don't really know how she got there. So I said to you, Kathy, when do you think we'll get more of that instead of all of this? And you said what?
Season 3.
Season 3. Do you think that it has anything to do with like I don't know. Do you think there's a mystery behind it?
I'm not sure there's a mystery, but I think part of her character is she just seems to be like this bottomless pit of need for validation.
Yes.
I think that's what she needed from Kat. It's what she needed from Alice. And it's why she keeps having these conversations. She conjures up Colton to have these conversations wherein he always validates her in some way. And I think she kind of let herself not get loose. That's not the phrase I'm looking for. She let herself be free.
Yes.
With Dan. Dan is his name, because he doesn't. Sam. Yeah. Because she has nothing invested in him. He doesn't know her as a Landry. He doesn't know her position in the community, and so she felt comfortable kind of let her hair down, so to speak.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any real chance of a real relationship there, but I could be wrong. I think Rita's not going to be happy if she finds out they're dating.
I know. That's funny. We're going to talk about Sam, the man here. Karen is saying Alice is from the United States, so that's why that she said fries. Correct. I forgot to say that, because in my head I kept saying, and Sadie should know better, but I'm wait a minute, but her character Alice is from the States.
She would call it fries.
That's excellent. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, so I don't know, something's acting freaky on my things of when I highlight stuff. All right, so here's the Dell. Cindy's saying Dell seems a little more relaxed than in season 1. I agree with you, Cindy. She really does.
There's less tension with her and her daughter and her granddaughter. That's one of the things that she's eased up on.
Yes, and Christina's saying, I think Dell has something in her past we will find out more about, and you're shooting for season 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do we ever find out how they even met? And she doesn't have any of her family there with her. Like, it's like her son dies, or well, she doesn't die. Her son goes missing and her husband dies, and then her daughter leaves. So she was kind of there with Elliot, the two of them kind of being like a family together. But what about, where is her mother, her father, her sisters, her aunts? Where, like, there's just a lot that's unsaid, you know?
Tell you what, I'm glad we finally got some family for Elliot and got a chance to see what his past was like and why he is the way he is now. And why he was the way he was, why he turned to Colton as his father figure. I thought those scenes were very, very good.
Okay. Here we go about who can travel and who can't. Hold on. I agree with you. I agree. Dawn is saying, oh, this, in this scene, it made her wonder when Colton said our daughter and her granddaughter. Isn't it their granddaughter? Maybe because they never met her. I don't know. I'd have to go.
My first thought that Colton never met Alice.
Yeah.
Or at least he didn't know he met her.
Right. And then Kathy's saying, so Dell wouldn't be able to travel because she's not a Landry by blood. I guess. I don't.
We don't know yet.
We don't know any of that. Yeah.
We know she's swim now.
Laura's agreeing with you. So we like Laura. She's our best friend right now. Good point, Kathy. Dell needs validation for some reason. All right. Now, here we go. This is great. Oh, no, we're not there yet for the others of the Sandman. Okay. So this is Casey. And someone was like bashing the writing, but I shouldn't say it that way because that's rude of me. They were very frustrated with the writing. And they had a whole list of questions and they wanted them posted. And I would have posted, but I was like, I'm just going to answer them because this person needed to go back and rewatch. I don't mean like go back and rewatch. I meant this person missed a lot. So I think it was a male who was writing. He said something like, oh, Casey's only going to be here for what, 2 episodes and Casey's gone. And I'm like, who said Casey was gone? Casey's character thinks they're going to go because it's the end of the, summer, right? But I feel like this character is important. And I'm telling you, Kathy, I really think Casey's from the future. Does anyone else feel that way?
I've seen a lot of speculation that Casey is from the future and that they may be Alice's daughter coming back. I think there was a scene on Sunday where Casey was in proximity to Alice and Noah. Was she standing by the table or something, or waiting for a table? Anyway, I'm intrigued at the possibility, although that would really make my brain explode if we're not only going to the past, but now we're dealing with the future. It's like, come on, let's, take this season by season.
What really kind of made me think this is that when Alice would go visit in the past, she would say her mother, and they never met her mom. They never questioned or met her. Casey says, my father, we've never met the father. The father couldn't even do the donation with the check that the grandmother had, given them. So for the library. So I found that interesting.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say the other thing that I don't think we got an answer to unless I fell asleep. When she finds out, is she going to hate me?
Oh, we never found that out yet. We're not there.
Found that out. So I'm not sure if that's all connected to Casey possibly, or, I guess theoretically Casey could be Alice's heretofore unknown sister. I don't know.
Now, this also, Casey's here helping Unraveling and going through all of the stuff that was donated. And they find the letter of marque, meaning that Cyrus Goodman could do anything, pillage, rob, kill. And that gives Kat the idea, oh, okay, she didn't really know who he was back then. And then also mentions that he had his hand in the warship. So I'm like, this is helping her in the past. And they take a picture together and people are like, oh, in that picture, she's going to be fading. She's not going to be in it. Or rather, they call Casey she, even though Casey wants to go by they. They won't be in it. And I'm thinking, why are people saying that? Do you know why?
I don't, but do you think Casey could be connected to the reason Kat thinks that Alice would hate her if she finds something out?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you
I
know
mean,
how you
there's
said,
been like, people have said, oh, maybe Kat and Elliot got together, but it's like, no, they were very clear that was their first kiss, and I don't know what goes on, but I think for sure Casey has some connection to either Alice or Kat or both of them. And I'll see what I think after, if they ever have a scene where she actually meets Elliot, to see if there's anything there.
okay, I'm just hold on. I don't want to lose things because they're going fast and it's just too much. I can't hold up because people are just going wild with what they're saying. Georgianne
Georgina.
is she from the future? If she was from there, she would have to go through the pond. She's never been wet that I've noticed.
Nobody ever noticed when the others were wet coming out.
Yeah, that's true. I know okay, Chris. She was taking a picture and she was going like this, like kids do. Like she was taking a picture, she was just giving a peace sign. That's all she was doing. Yeah. Or that's all they were doing. Um, this is important. Laura, maybe Kat takes the letter back with her to 1814 and uses it as proof that Jacob was a traitor and was not a traitor, you mean, and get him out of jail. Yeah.
I was thinking that he may have, that almanac with the page ripped out, that everyone knows Jacob ripped the page out. I'm wondering if he ripped it out because he wanted to prevent anyone from coming back to find him. See, I think he might be very content with his life, and it's like, glad to see you, glad to know everybody is okay except for Dad, but bye.
Mhm. We'll see. I don't know where that's going. Okay. And then these are all my little things. I love this. This is Sam the man. So I love when Rita calls him Sam's girls, right? And so here's one. And the next thing you know, there's Rita. And he's like, oh, Dell, join us. And she's like, no, no. And then the next thing you know, he got rid of her. And there he is having a little moonlight, dip in the water, stripping off his clothes with Dell. And she's letting her.
If I thought my best friend was interested in a guy, I kind of wouldn't go there,
Yeah. Yep. Rita is hilarious. Rita's something. She is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Panda Cat 66. Listen, let's go back to this lovely character here. I like to, when they go to take the picture, Kat's like, oh, come on, you're gorgeous. Like, and she's taking the picture of Casey. Okay, listen. They specifically introduced Casey as non-binary to check a box. However, she may have more significance. Being non-binary, I don't think it was to check a box. I think it's just a character that they have. The actor is non-binary also. Vaughn is the actor's name, and I hope we'll get a chance to have Vaughn on. That would be fun when we learn more about the character. Let's see, and I don't know what is happening here. Wait, this is funny. Girlfriend rules went out the window with Rita and Dell. I love that. Okay. I thank you, Panda. I don't know what that means, Sherry. And Cindy's saying it's just who they are. I'm not quite sure what they might be chatting with each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Sam the man in here. So those were just little fun things that were incorporated, that were sort of on the lighter side. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Oh, this is funny. Before we get there, Jan's saying, terrible to say, but when I was a teen, a friend and I were asked out by the same guy, and since we knew we were bad and played tricks on him.
Good for you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I hit that one. I hope Sam and Dell stay out of the pond. It's gross in there. Who would go in there anyway? All right. This is the close-up, friends. You have an opportunity to win. So what time is it before we go any further with some stuff? And we have some cool news too for you.
41 minutes after the hour.
21 minutes after the hour?
41 minutes after the hour.
Okay. So should we go to 42?
43.
43? 43? No. Oh, all right. 43. 43 after the hour. Start putting your answers. What is that? What is it? All right. That's a hard close-up. I have no idea. Laura, you're joking, right? You're being facetious, Laura. All right. So, but at 43 after the hour, correct?
Mhm.
All right. I'm gonna, let's see. I'm gonna go. I thought I saw, I'm trying to flag stuff that they talk about Jacob and whatnot. Okay, they're answering each other. That's good. Okay, people were asking questions, but they're helping each other out. That's all that counts. That's perfect. All right, it's too early. So I'm going to move ahead, and I want to take off. Where's the Kathy? Do we know where this one is? I wanted to take it off. All right, I found it. And I wanted to move to here. Okay, this for me, I have two favorite parts in this episode. And this one is the unraveling. And even though it's my favorite part, I straight up cried, and it gave me chills the second time I saw it. So you can see the pin, and it's the Founders Day pin. And Vic stabs his son with it.
And then laughs.
And he then look at the evil look. He laughs and he says, "Man up." That gave me chills. That little boy, that when he was little, was he mean to the little boy? Like this, I know it's a character, but that just broke my heart. What about you, Kathy?
I didn't feel particularly emotional at that part, but I think this guy playing, I was glad to see that we're seeing Elliot's dad, because they've been talking about him for 1.5 seasons. And I think they picked an excellent guy. He doesn't look just like David, but he could be his father.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd love to have him on, because he projects that sense of, I don't know if I'd go so far as to say evil, but he's probably one of those dads that, my son, Elliot's not on the football team, so he's not manly enough for me. I'm pretty sure that's the type of father he is. And Colton had to step in for him. I hope there's a scene with him and Colton one of these days, like a flashback scene. So I don't know. I'm intrigued by the character. I want to know more about him and how he got that way. Is he just mean, or is there a reason he's that way?
I know. Connie is saying his dad was so mean. No wonder Elliot is like he is. And everyone's like, that broke my heart. Beverly's saying that broke my heart too. He was so mean to Elliot. And it's no wonder Elliot is the way he is.
I love how they edit the scenes, though, just in general. With I think the one on Sunday night, Elliot, what did he do? He was playing with something at the table, and it hit the table, and then he looked up, and they transitioned right into a scene with young Elliot and his father.
It was the button.
Okay. Yeah, I love the way they do those dissolves into another scene.
I know. And I love the I don't know if I said this to you or when I was talking about, I think it was here. I love the shadowing and the cinematography. And if I'm repeating myself, I don't know if I told it behind there or here, but it just puts you in a certain mood. And it's so like haunting when it's his scenes from his past. Like
the lighting is a totally different.
Yes.
Kat and Alice, and they're having fun with the family. And then you show a scene like that. It's got more sepia, to me, it's sepia overtones. And,
yes.
And you juxtapose what he was doing with that pen to this smile on his face. And I just think it's darn good acting and darn good directing. And I'm going to say a little bit about, probably good writing as well.
Yes. And I took down when they were saying, "Oh, don't have the actor on, we'll be telling him off." That's okay, because that means that
That means
he's
he's doing
done
a
a good
great
job.
job.
He's probably like the kindest, sweetest guy and super funny when we have him on. I know. I know. Now, this here is funny because she says to him, "Oh, the young Elliot, he wouldn't. I thought we were reliving our youth. Remember, they were going to decorate the gazebo." So he takes her arm and he puts it around him, and he's got this funny look, and she laughs out loud. I'm wondering if it was a bit of an impromptu or if it was the real thing. But you know what? We're never going to be able to ask Evan because he's always too busy to come on the podcast. He said he's busy. He can't.
But that's young Elliot, a young Elliot expression right there.
Yes, it is. And I love how they're so good, the two of them together. And so now we're getting to see how Kat says, "Oh, you would have never done this." And you said, Kathy, in the last podcast that you feel that young Kat was in love with young Elliot, but just didn't pay attention because
I think she paid attention. She knew what was there, but I think what overshadowed all of that was the pain of being in that family with Jacob gone and her dad gone, and she just needed out. And Brady was the one who offered her the out. Elliot just wasn't capable of it at that time.
Yep, I agree. Norm was saying Tim was really nice, and I can't believe how mean Cyrus can play. And someone here is talking about Thomas. And wait a minute, I just want to show this because it's moving fast. Oh, Barbara, you and I are best friends right now because he was such the highlight. I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. All right, and then over here, they fight.
Well, this is the pattern. They've already established a pattern. They kind of do a little dance, make a little love, and then have a big fight tonight. So they take 2 steps toward each other, get close, and then take 1 step back. And they're doing this little dance, and it's going to continue until they decide, okay, we got to focus on other storylines, so let's put them together already and move on with other storylines.
Now, the thing too is that he's mad and he says to her, "You used my family," or something like that. And she lays into him and she basically says, "Put on your big boy panties and get over all of or your big boy drawers and get over how you hide behind the rules and all these feelings." Like she was trying to, "You have a chip on your shoulder, get over it." And it kind of made him think. And I think that's why he made the speech that he made. But the part that came out of that I loved is that in the present time, Alice sees this and realizes, just from what her grandmother Dell saying to her and what's going on, how hard that must have been for Elliot. She goes back in time for him, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
Jan,
I love their relationship.
Yes, yes. Jan's saying, "I agree with Kat, was in love with young Elliot. And yes, Kathy, she just wanted a way out, and Elliot wasn't saying anything." Like,
I don't think it was so much he wasn't saying anything. He just, look at this poor guy with his father. He didn't have the resources to help her. He couldn't take her away anywhere. He didn't have anything. And he probably, no doubt, due to his father, Victor, he was almost crippled in terms of being able to share how he feels. I'm sure his father beat it into him, not physically, but metaphorically, pounded it into him. Real men don't, give in to emotion and don't tell girls they love him and tell girls they love her. It's just, he was messed up emotionally as a young person.
He was. Laura's saying, in the gazebo dance scene, Elliot realizes that the Augustine keeping up of history was because Kat told Susanna about the pond, which they directly affected all the Augustine history. Yes.
Which is not necessarily a good thing, the butterfly effect. So maybe if things hadn't, if Susanna hadn't known, he might not have ended up with Victor as a dad, or Victor may not have ended up the way such a bad father. I don't know. I think that's a two-edged sword.
So here she goes back in time for him, and she says, like, how did my mom, like, how did she not know? And he's like, I didn't want to. She could be in love with me maybe one day. She could hate me, whatever it was, but I never wanted her pity. And that makes sense. But I just loved how she was there for him. That's why she keeps going back. When Alice keeps going back, it has a healing effect for her mother for Dell, for Elliot. It's not like she's there finding all of the clues. It's Kat who is doing that. But it's Alice every time she goes back, it helps in some kind of healing with them in the present time. Did you ever notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so this was my second favorite part, but Kathy, what would you like to add before I blah 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 one and one?
Nothing.
Okay. So Barbara's saying the highlight of this episode was definitely Thomas, and someone said meow, and then someone asked if the actor could come on. I already wanted the actor to come on. I reached out to him personally, but with the intent that I was going to send this to his people. But his people, there are certain people out there that will not, the only way you can contact them is if you give them a ring on the phone. And I feel like when you have to give them a ring on a phone, they really don't want you to contact them. So I haven't done that. And my schedule and their schedules are different because I'm in the US, they're there. These are not excuses. This is for real because I have a day job, so does Kathy. I would really love to have him on. So I was like, you know what? I'll reach out to him personally. He does have a personal website, but it's broken linked. So it's probably shut down. So I did contact him in another way that was available. And if he responds, he responds. But out of respect, I said, this is what, and I wrote it just like I would be sending it to his people. And I didn't even realize the way it was set up that it wasn't an actual email because I already looped in Hallmark and everything. And then I was like, oh, wait, that's not a real address. So we would love to have him on. Let's see. Also, we need to find out how he was bathing. He looked like he was standing in the water. He was kicking his legs, or was he kicking? He was just standing in the water. So let's see. Here's what I found interesting. She comes across him and he's in the water and we know he's bathing. He says it, but he has the bar soap on the rocks. And she's very outspoken. And there she is. She notices he paints. He's a painter. And then when he's walking by her, he whispers to her, my Catherine, right? He calls her my Catherine. And she turns and she looks at him. And then when he's far away and he gives her a look back, by now she has to turn her eyes and he has to partially get dressed. He says to her something to the effect of, I know it's better, the view is better with no clothes on. He says that. So for me, for Hallmark, I think that's hilarious. Hallmark is getting a little spicy here, don't you think? No?
I mean, he's a fine character. I'm just not feeling that vibe.
You're worried because of Elliot.
I'm loyal.
I'm not saying that Kat has the same feelings for him. I think that he is attracted to her.
And I think I told you this. I don't like I think it's obnoxious to, oh, you like to see me better with no clothes on. That kind of line has never appealed to me. I think it's a turnoff.
No, Barbara, Team Tomcat.
No teams, please.
No, we will. I'm just thought that was funny. All right. So Thomas is a clean man. He left the bar of soap for Kat to use in the pond. Very filthy. I also think he's the painter. I'm sorry, what?
Flirty, not filthy.
Flirty. I'm sorry. I also think
your mind. Where is it going?
No. It's my eyesight. Actually, I'm sorry. I also think he's the painter of Kat's portrait.
I think that's definitely.
Yes. But he could also be using his painting skills for forgery.
Well, I think he's also using his painting skills to decorate the guitar. So this guy, I will say he's artistic because he's apparently, the guitar player, or maybe he made the guitar as well as being an artist. Okay.
Now, the next time they see each other, it's in the woods again, and it's in passing. And when he says what day it is, he's, it's harvest day, and she's like, oh, Jacob is coming back. And this is all when it talks to him about the name on the manifest and all of that. And he says he didn't have the money, blah, blah, blah. He's got a confused look. He's like, when she says he's coming back, he's like, it's almost like he's surprised. And then over here, This is him the whole time. He stands off to the side. When he hears the horses coming because Jacob has arrived in the boat, he looks over. And to me, he's surprised when he sees the British coming. People keep saying, oh, he told them. I don't think that he did. I don't think that he did.
Maybe
And people are
Cyrus
like,
did.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying maybe Cyrus did.
And right. And then he's like, oh, people are like, oh, Kat, she screamed out his name. That's how they knew he was there. They already always knew he was there. And
Which,
he go ahead.
which guy were they trying to make Susanna marry? Was that Cyrus or Thomas?
No one. They never said that. We thought that. Here's what happened. This is why we got to pay attention to this. We heard Thomas talking with Susanna upstairs, and he didn't say anything about marriage. He said something to the effect of the deal that the deal your father and I have. And then we find out later that she is betrothed to Jacob. And people thought that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking that he, has some kind of a deal going on with the Augustines. The Augustines, don't forget, are always in the shipbuilding and whatnot and out there doing whatever. So something with that is happening.
There's somebody who understands where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Thank you, Tony. You can be my new best friend.
Yes. He did shoot her, but maybe he didn't understand what was happening.
He was shooting a human being.
But then he saved her and he brought her back. And she said he didn't leave you hanging. So who knows? Yeah. Yeah. And it says, I think Thomas wouldn't have paid Jacob's passage if he wanted him to be caught by the British. Now, I think that, I don't want to say this here, but in an interview with Spencer McPherson, he lets kind of slip what he's been doing. He says it, but we don't know this yet. So if you want a spoiler alert, go read his interview. Don't watch the one, you can watch the one, but read the one that came out by TV Insider. He says what he was doing. And let's see what we have here. But the entire time I slow framed everything and he just stays off and just watches the whole thing unfold. I think he was surprised when he heard them. And then there he is, Jacob being taken away. And that is Spencer McPherson. I think that's how you say his name. Yes, Cindy, we're in the process of doing that. And Beverly, I'm not saying that Kat and Thomas get together, but I strongly think that Thomas feels a certain kind of way to Kat. I think he's attracted to her. I really do. Yeah, I know this.
Sam of 1814.
Pardon me?
He's the Sam of 1814.
Yeah. I love it. So I'm not sure what day. Let me check my email because it's been blowing up. But we are one of our next guests that are coming on is Susanna, the actress who plays Susanna, will be on. Her name is Watson Rose. And I'm not sure what day it is yet. We will be in touch and I will let you know. Let's see. Yes, my phone's blowing up, but we're okay. All right. I had somebody say something that I thought was interesting about when they're on X and they're posting on social media on Sunday and they want to get the show trending, which is important. Next to ratings is to get something trending is nice because it catches the eye of, the advertisers and production and all of that good stuff. They're mad because they're like, why are the Hardys always on? And they're always trending on Sunday. They always trend on Sunday. They are a fierce fan base. Every Sunday they've got something planned and they come out. So one of the best things to do is when you're on is if you throw up and you quote using the tags like Ponderers and the way home, you use them because that's what our hashtag is. We're Ponderers, Ponderers. But the tag of the way home, you repost people's posts plus post your own. That helps with trending, and you share what everyone has. I have a secret pick. Oh, the winners. Thank you. So, Kathy, we went with what time frame? Thank you, Jan, for
43
reminding me.
minutes after the hour.
43?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not taking the first one. I am taking.
I took down who was the first.
Okay, but I'm not going to do the first tonight. I'm going to switch it up. So this is episode 5, so I'm going to take the 5th person you've got. Who's your 5th person?
Oh, I didn't count that far. I got number 1.
That's all right. I meant to tell you before, but we got to talking to Noreen first. So what time is it? 8:43. What do we got? 8:43. You started, right? Miriam was first.
Mm-hmm.
Second was Lillian. Third was Deb, but she's not correct. 4th is Sierra, and 5th is Beverly. Ribbon on Founders Day pin. Beverly Shutterly, I think. Let me go back. We got Miriam. This is our end. Sometimes it looks different on your end. If you happen to be in my zone, it might look like mine. Miriam is first. Lillian was second. Third was Deb. 4th is Sierra. And 5th was Beverly. All right, Beverly, you are correct. So you need to find me, send to my, last name, Dorensis Roxanne, send me your info, and you get Noreen's cookbook. Now, Earl, how I wish, Earl, you were 5. I think it's from Founders Day decorations. By the way, I'm Sherry, Earl's wife. Oh, I loved it. I love that it was Earl. Sherry, that's funny. Hi, Sherry. All right, so find us. Okay, and next week, somebody's going to be joining us. I'm not quite sure who. We have like lots of feelers out there. I don't know. So we're trying to get, as many peeps as we can get on. They're busy. Some of them are already working, on something different. They're too busy to jump in, and that's okay. We understand. We get it. All right, Miss Kathy.
I'm looking forward to next Sunday.
Yes.
The closer we get to the end, and I'm really looking forward to what they will reveal as the season ender. I'm sure they won't reveal all the secrets, but hopefully we'll learn a little bit more than what we knew when we started this season.
And for those of you that are close to Jersey and my hometown, we are meeting on the 16th at 3:00 in Hamilton. If you are interested, email me and I'll give you all the particulars. If we're a small group, we'll keep it informal. If there's more of us, then I have to organize it a little bit more, but hope they're glad. Congrats, Beverly. Hope you like my book. Oh, she's on. Thanks, Noreen. She's going to love it. She's going to love your book. Oh, all right. Oh, look, Laura, you're welcome. I think they came today. So last week I sent the girls keychains to winners, and it was a mini little Polaroid keychain because it was about the
Oh
yeah. Barbara, no.
Nah.
Don't you start it, Barbara.
This is going to be the anti-Outlander.
No, there's no Tomcat. To me, that's so funny. What's Elliot? What's Kelliot? Kelliot? Is that what we were calling Cat and Elliot?
Elliot. Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Or Ellie Cat.
Yeah. Oh. Wait a minute. Team Tomcat here too. Edith. And you know why? Here's what happens. This is what happened in another show. If you look at the character, you really wouldn't be. It's because it's who the actor is. Like they're all about the act. Now they're saying meow. They're just hilarious. Oh God, I love it. It's great. It's just too funny. Oh my gosh. Now they're arguing. Oh my gosh. Why? Why wouldn't people introduce things like this? Oh. Oh, that's what they called Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. I don't want to hear about that.
We know how that turned out.
Oh yeah. I know that wasn't good. All right, girls and boys and friends and days and who's and all of us. I'm tired. Till next week, right?
See you next week.
Midnight, we'll post all your posts. Okay. But Kat likes the bad boy. Oh dear Lord. Wait a minute. Party
Not
pimp
really.
is
Not really.
dying.
She only
No.
married Brady as a way to get out.
Yes, she loves
She
Elliot.
loved Elliot.
That's
Yeah.
her
She
man.
loves Elliot.
Mm-hmm. Till next week. Bye, Edith. Wait a minute. Cholera should ask her Dr. McSteamy to guest. Oh, Kyler.
Tyler. Mm-hmm.
Cholera, which
She
was
might be
something
doing
back
the
yeah.
audible.
Bye. Thank you. See you. Oh gosh, I'm still laughing at some of the stuff that was said. What's this? You've been thank you. Have been watching this after the fact. So much fun to be here on time. That's okay. I'm glad you made it, Heidi. Night, everyone. Stella. Bye. All right. We're done. Tomcat. Oh, I can't stand it. Oh, we're still here.